Okay, it is time for tonight's game upon the continent of Isira. In the world of Wildmount, and currently we're on an island upon the west coast of Isira, where the near giant and giants who call upon a more ancient culture reside, chiefly in secret, as most things within Cyrodiil do. Our heroes have walked down the streets, their kill for the coronation and challenge of Esme, safely locked in Demiplane, I believe. And the other kills are covered from other groups that went out. They look at each other, and no one seems to be attacking within the city or trying to do the interference. And coming in, their about heads, numbers are called out as each group makes their ways down the street. 7 out, 4 back. And their screams and cries. 6 out, 5 back. It continues this way. Nearly without exception, at least that you can see, no party has returned whole. And this solemn moment is respected and honored by the people and those receiving everyone, as each group is directed towards a certain waiting area, most within the castle or places that seem to rise to keep these groups separated for now. But before they reach their destinations, there is a turn of street that occurs. And here, the sorrow of everything goes directly to a type of cheer. And people begin celebrating and yelling and saying, "Hear the return of the challengers." And it goes to parade and all types of celebration. The morning done, the victories celebrated. And those walking say, "Bask in your glory, mourn your friends. The last part of the competition's to come." And this is repeated over and over in chorus. We'll do so until you reach the cloud column and are escorted to your rooms. Or your room, really. Is there anything anybody wants to do within this, either in any of this procession?
In the morning, could Palin have ritually cast telepathic bond for everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Palin will just be making note of any particular mourned losses as we're proceeding. Anyone that stands out or is recognizable.
Okay, nothing you see right in this moment, but I'll let you know.
Sure.
Are we, who do we have out with us? We don't have Good Night out with us. We have the Eldritch Queen, and we're basically parading everything out, or is it just the parties that are?
So no one is showing their kills.
Okay.
All the kills are covered up.
All right. I think Azok probably is just going to stay a little quiet, just observe this new culture that we're going through, and just doesn't want to draw any more attention than we have now. So he's just watching everybody's reactions to the other parties and how people react to us when we turn the corner.
You tried to. I'm sorry. What were you looking for?
Just gauging everyone's mixed reactions to the people that survive, people that have come back.
Yeah, I think everybody. There's this. I would say people have the look of they knew what they were getting into. They knew risks, but many are still sad. You see some wear severed hands. You assume from the dead. Or carry some other type of trinket of remembrance. Like it is at the same point they are basking in. That's what you see even in the cheering. They're playing their part, even if they are sad. This is part of their mourning process. Again, some of these probably what they expected was going to happen. They're not as surprised as all of you, as they are from this culture.
Are people dancing?
Say dancing. And more cheering. When you're after the morning, right? There's the crying kind of streets. Then you go to like the triumphant celebration street.
Mm-hmm.
They're not so much dancing, but they are cheering. Kind of like a wave and fist in the air pumping.
Are there like vendors out? Is this like a festival or is it?
Yeah, it's more like a parade.
Okay, never mind.
It's a parade for all of you, cheering you. It's not so much about those in attendance.
Gotcha.
Like a festival would be. They are. It is like they mourn for you, and now they're cheering your achievements. It's like they mourn for those who lost and cheer for those who made it back.
Mm-hmm.
Is the best way I can describe it.
Okay.
We're headed towards what?
Towards essentially the cloud elevator that takes you up to the sky.
Okay.
If you just want to go there, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, once just, and we can do whatever, but once we start getting into more of the leaderships from different clans, I want to really be paying attention to the undercurrent, because we had clocked before, people not happy about some of maybe our presence and what we were trying to do. So I just want to keep that in your mind is what Marvellus is paying attention to.
Which is what again specifically?
Just the undercurrent as far as anybody,
trying anything fishy, basically.
Yeah, basically.
There was Dev and Maribel specifically, right? That we needed to keep a eye out for.
Right. Yeah. I got them to.
Yeah, just don't want any. Try to keep any surprises from happening. Since we're not really part. We don't know the history of how these things work, I guess.
Makes sense. Yeah. So you have your eyes out for that. Anything else before you'd be taken up?
Could Palin? This is my last thing. I'm sorry. Could Palin try and recall what he knows or may have read about similar customs, so that he can kind of like feed Esme etiquette essentially to optimize her performance?
Yeah, give me a history check.
$17.
Absolutely. Yeah, because you have spent some time in the cultural libraries here. The coming of age for Near Giant or the Giant culture is one of hunting and proving yourself. And it is at once this and like saying happy birthday to somebody. So the idea is you are thanking people for being happy that you have achieved or come back would be kind of the most etiquette thing. It is appropriate to mention the loss, but it would not be appropriate to like snub the congratulations. I guess would be like that would be an insult because everyone understands that. That's why there's the mourning process. So I'd say that is like the big piece of it. Other than that, as far as the actual contest, people aren't judging this, and they wouldn't. The most you could do is insult somebody who then maybe would have to make a decision for you in the contest, and maybe they would hold that against you in the contest, right? But like you wouldn't officially lose points or anything like that here, if that makes sense.
Copy. Yeah, Palin will share that. Because grotesque as it may seem, there is, there are spies about. We're surrounded by enemies, and there's still this still has to be a very calibrated approach. So yeah, he'll share that with everyone.
Okay. Anything else before the Cloud Evader?
Nope.
Very good. Then here you are finally mostly among yourself as you are zoomed up with your kill in tow. And once up, there is no of the pomp and circumstance. There are reactionless, stoic people who you feel, and you would get this Palin if you want to explain kind of the culture thing here. They will match your energy. This is officially your time to do what you need to do, be who you need to be, type of deal, out of the public eye. And they will, if you were like, hey, look at us, we're awesome, they would match that. If not, kind of everyone mourns or celebrates in their own way. And you get from this, no one expected everyone to come back. Everyone expected someone to die. This was the expectation. And though you are able to quickly, as you'd like, get to your room. So what would you like to do?
Well, I mean, Esme will definitely bring RJ and Ozzy.
So you're in the room and you've got RJ and Ozzy there and everybody. Remind me RJ, if for some reason my brain's not working.
RJ?
Yeah.
The baby.
That's right. Cool. I'm like, Ozzy I know very well, but yeah. Oh, the child. There's a little bit of looks at that. I guess that's the RJ would cause the most looks and odd glances. So Marvellous, give me the insight.
$21.
I think you get the feel here. It was generally assumed that the current rulers had no offspring to give a place to challenge. And as far as anyone could tell, Esme at least wasn't entering in with it. Seeing her with a child adds to that political tension and maybe even fury over other houses having any type of shot right now being dashed without anything. These political machinations.
So through the psychic link that we have, I'll just kind of relay the message that, tensions seem to have risen. Lots of stares at the little one.
What do they think we're gonna do with the infant baby? It's not supposed to mean anything. It's just a child.
I think it means something to their political structure.
Doesn't make any sense. After all, I'm the child of the current ruler, and I had to earn something.
Yes, but the current claim would be further solidified if you, in fact, had an heir, Esme. You were previously undeclared, and so, as I understood it, it was in this void that your parents were able to establish this very fragile cooperation. Is that right, Matt? Above table, it was like
More or less, yeah.
okay.
Like you're guaranteeing like there is a continuation to this lineage if you were chosen to be the next ruler.
They don't even know whose child this is.
I don't think they probably don't even care.
Yeah. I would say, more or less, you get the appearance was the one who's about to be coronated was walking and carrying an infant.
Mhm.
That's all it took for rumors to start.
Oh yeah.
It does kind of send a message.
You mean business?
Good.
The beginning of a dynasty.
Well, we've jumped through the hoops. Done what they asked, and if we don't win, we don't win. But I don't think there was anything we could have brought back that was anything like what we faced.
That's for sure.
One of the servants comes in, says, and actually bring out a blue bell and set it down. When you are ready, a neutral representative will brief you on the next steps. Simply ring the bell and they will make their way here from wherever they are.
What are these next steps?
You may ring the blue bell to she says it's in a way of like bureaucracy. I could literally get my head chopped off if I tell you these things.
Oh yeah.
It's the feeling you get from here. It's like just like your dad couldn't do anything versus and mess things up. That's kind of that's the vibe you get from your servant in this moment.
Okay. Thank you.
The next steps won't happen. This is to get educated about the next steps. That's what the bell is. And then she leaves so that you would have your time and you could do what you want to.
What should we do before the bell?
I guess try to go. What do we expect to happen? We expect to be judged. We expect to be given a decision, or at least being told what who's the victor of this challenge. Do you guys think if we were chosen, we were to be challenged by one of the others? Do you think that's a risk?
It's possible, but I think the reason we chose this challenge was to avoid that. Because I could not name anyone to fight for me.
We just have to hope that they're honorable to this process. But as I said earlier, the tensions were extremely high.
Tensions are always high.
I think no matter what, we try and stay together as much as possible until this is all over. We shouldn't have anybody go off alone.
That I agree with.
And if we have to leave, I think some of us can still teleport, make an exit.
I am prepared to hear the verdict, regardless of what it is.
And I think no matter what, we'll be there to help you, no matter what decision that may be.
I would argue that if it comes to blood, that we take the crown.
What? What do you mean?
If your claim is in fact challenged, then I suggest we resist.
Yes. Yes, you're right. All right. I suppose the spell will answer all of our questions. Feel free to ask anything that I'm not going to think of everything. And so she will pick up the bell and go ahead and ring it.
All right, you ring the bell. Ring. It's not immediate, but about 10 minutes later, there's a soft knock on the door.
Azok will be the one to open for them.
You see a individual in very smartly cut clothes on their 9-foot tall form. Quite maintained, deep scars on their cheeks and on hands, looking from combat. Though the ensemble is entirely mono gray of the same shade, slightly dark.
You the neutral third party?
I am indeed here to educate on the next steps, both general and specific.
All right. Watch your head. He'll, allow him through.
He smiles as you see it actually raise up at his approach, like a feature. I don't think giants would make stuff that hit their heads on, do you?
I was just being courteous. I'll shut the door.
Appreciate it. Walks in like he's very familiar with this space. Without even looking, puts his hand where a chair should be, and it is. So he pulls it. As he sits down, it grows slightly to his frame. He goes, please be wherever you need to be. To be clear, this is no type of assessment. I'm just here to give information and answer any questions so everyone knows what's ahead of them.
Wonderful.
I'm familiar with all of you, part of the briefing, but you may either refer to me as my title of Lightning or my name, Grilgon.
Grogon.
I'm totally comfortable with that.
Well, I'm Esme. It's nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to be serving in this manner.
Azok. And Azok will kind of just put his back against the door, just finding a spot here and just crossing his arms, waiting for the conversation.
He gives a space, but as he said, he kind of knows the names, so if people don't introduce themselves, he won't pry. Just continue, but he's trying to show deference to custom. All right, so major kill, that's good, and kept it from others' eyes, also good, and helps with potential cheating. You should know it is looked poorly upon should you find your own way to see others' offerings before the time comes. Though, unfortunately, not unheard of. But ultimately, tonight is the big night. Exciting. I was a little nervous going through here too, just trying to get through everything. Like he wants to do a good job. It is a night of ostentatious braggery. There's the facts of what you did, and then there's the story. And at least at the beginning, the story is just as, if not more, important. And to be clear, they will be judging the story, not necessarily the facts at first, though those will come in. Our culture, that's the best part.
So they'll want to hear a story.
Yes. You're the blow by blow, overcoming this fearsome foe, the loss that was incurred, the victory, the planning, the mourning, if you want, all the elements of something that is epic. And after the telling, ideally, there is the insulting and questioning between the participants.
So they have a chance to ask questions after the story?
More like make accusations.
I see.
Such as?
Something along the lines of, looks like you more like tripped over it and it fell on your sword.
Oh, so they're not creative.
Well, I'm not creative. I'm not one of them. I'm here to tell you what's going on. But insult things to call it into question. Now, that's actually what they're supposed to do. It's part of what happens. Those who don't wish to go further, but participated for other reasons, even coming back, secure some noble houses further territory. Others actually become official tribes by their participation through this. And so some have no interest in making it through. And so they'll be weeded out pretty quick. It's quite normal. But there's a few contenders. From that, the council judges will select 2.
How do they select?
Those most worthy to be officially considered. Each member is a chief of the tribes. As far as how they select, it's kind of up to each one. It's a vote. I mean, they could vote because they like blue.
They like blue?
I don't know what they do, but they could, right? They're supposed to go by who they believe has done the most epic thing. For whoever does win this not only achieves the next in line, but their tale is written in the record. So sometimes people care more about the record, honestly, than the leadership. Can always challenge and kill a king or queen. So, you know.
That's another question I have. How often do things get violent at this point between contenders? And if violence is to begin, is it put us in a bad position if we answer the call to violence?
Well, all of that is supposed to have been handled during a challenge. Now, your question was how often. Stuff goes down. No one has seen one of these for over 20 years.
One of the things I learned was that if someone is challenged, they cannot name someone to fight for them. So if someone is challenged, is that a one-on-one or is that something else?
No. All of that was the other way anyone could have done this. You could have chosen that way. This now, all of you are tied to her. So there won't be official challenges. Now, officially, if violence would break out, the guards can intercede. However, king or acting queen, nor any of the chieftains can give any orders to the guards. And it has been said in the records that things have happened and the guards have not interceded and allowed things to go down. This is rare and rather awkward point where the king has no authority, nor do any of those of title, to order people around. So, if everyone goes by the rules and the honor, well, nothing will happen. So, I mean, if you want to hide and let people fight for you, you could. I can't say that wouldn't be taken up in the judgment, though. They might. Or they're allowed to judge any way they want. The biggest deal where things sometimes go down from the records is the final two. Once those are selected, it is a one-on, well, really a group-to-group bracket. Everything else, I guess you could think it's a lot of shouting at first. No one's taking turns. But you go back and forth with the other one selected. And I say this because generally most assume you'll make it based on the fact that, well, the king doesn't give a bow like that to just anybody, and he must believe in you. Would make sense that you'd be marginally successful. And it is here that the facts will be in the final two. Well, there is a little bit more back and forth. The trophies you've brought back will be examined. Magics will be run. All types of items and objects and apparatus to determine who did the more valorous job, as well as questions about strategy. Now, I have gotten back everyone has lost someone. The final two are questioned about that, usually. But they might lead an army. It's good to know how they support or have their fellas die for them.
All right.
Biggest thing I would say is keep in mind until it is officially ended, someone is chosen. Frankly, there really is no law. But
how does it officially end? What's that look like from what your records?
upon the judgment of the chieftains and the king, a ring of title, of ascendancy, is put on the winner. And it's pretty obvious when it happens. The guards will all bow to the king, re-establishing his authority over them. But, yeah, I will say, also traditionally, whoever starts something usually never wins. They are disqualified. Which has meant it's not so much in the records as the rumors that one always can put enough money for a noble house to disqualify themselves, for a tribe, in order to get something started. But it's hard to tell.
What time does this begin?
Oh, a moonrise. Oh. There will be a visual inspection for any type of weapons. But they will not touch you.
We're to leave our weapons?
That's not what I said.
Oh. Okay.
I can handle that. Just give your stuff to me before we head in. Got a pretty big bag.
Just be ready. If something happens, it happens quick. Even probably goes. A lot of proud people have a chance to get dealt a blow. Any other questions?
We'll see with the proceedings then.
Very good. Now, there is really one official thing, and that's just you swear to me that you and your party slayed without assistance the kill you will present.
Yes.
All right. You see, he checks a little object that he pulls out of his pocket. Perfect. You have access to my information. Ring the bell. I'll find my way to you. I've got other duties to prepare. I oversee food and all the type of refreshments that will be brought to you. It is my job to test them and to guarantee their safety. If you would die because of it, for me too. So don't choke. That would really suck for me.
We'll keep that in mind, Grogan. Thank you. And Azok will kind of move out of the way because he's blocking the door.
Yeah, and he goes, "Oh, I'm your Lyshni. All of us were scheduled for execution
What?
because it is many times if things go bad, Lyshni are among the dead. So my point in this is don't trust another because they want their side to win."
What? Wait a minute. You're saying if I don't ascend, they kill you?
Yeah. Or they can. Sometimes it one time they pardoned everybody actually. I think that was 1,000 years ago.
Special circumstances, I'm assuming? They couldn't arrive to a decision?
No, they just apparently not much said about it, just that they allowed the Lyshni to live. That head back to losers. It's meant to be impetus for us to do our jobs and not slack. Listen, I don't want to die, but definitely deserve to. So don't trouble yourself about that. I was on death row for a reason.
He certainly did his job, or filled in as much as you can think of.
Anything else, or is he's free to go?
I don't have anything else.
It's the bell and exits.
This whole thing is so barbaric.
I mean, if it's barbaric, it's looks restraint. I think they'd probably just fluff it up. But I agree, yeah. Some of this is pretty metal. I'm not scared of it.
I just wonder, am I even the right person?
Well, perhaps you're meant to bring reform?
I certainly can't rule the way they would want me to.
I mean, you are. If you were chosen, you would have. It'd be your decision on how to run things. You'd have the final say. Nothing really wouldn't go down until you say otherwise. I guess that's how royalty works.
In that case, I have to win. I don't. Okay. Well, that's. At least now we have an idea of what we're doing. Marvelous, I'm hoping your storytelling talents will be a guide for us.
I have just a couple of things for you, Esme. All our twists and turns have led us to this point. So there's no doubting you're the right choice. And rulers don't tend to rule how the people want them to. The good ones rule with what's best for all the people. Sometimes there's difficult choices. Sometimes there's not. And right now, I'm really trying to remember what happened when we killed this creature.
Well,
because losing one of us is at the forefront of my mind now.
I know. But we saved people before we attacked.
We did. We kept a lot of people out of danger.
And we took everything she threw at us.
We're also wickedly clever in provoking her in the first place. It seems that at least part of the criteria upon which we'll be judged is our ingenuity, our boastfulness, our
Wisdom.
But there is they will have one thing that I can't counter. And that's that I'm the one, and there's no other way around it. I'm the one you all look to for that extra to not fall. And I failed. And not only that, I failed to bring him back, and then I failed again to bring him back. That's my role. It's what I do.
I'd like to think of it as like this. There is no victory without loss, however large or small, however impactful or disinteresting is the wrong word. We all had our part to play it, and it was a tremendous act of bravery that we did this trial in the first place. I feel like you have proved your worth, Esme. I don't believe that you have failed us. I believe this is only going to make you better, make you wiser in the actions to come from here on out. You can't deny that this journey has done something to the group and to you personally.
Well, all I can think about is what Goodnight would say. He would say something along the lines of, "Don't worry, Esme. If they try to take your crown, I'll just kill all of them."
He would say that.
It's looking like we might become something like that.
Well,
We'll be ready, though.
If it brings you any comfort, Esme, the forest was always going to exact its price. I knew when we raised the child that there would be a cost, and that the equation would eventually be balanced. And I think it was a worthy and necessary sacrifice that Goodnight made. And ultimately, he did decide that your cause was worth dying for, as have we all, I would believe.
Here, here.
how long do we have until moonlight?
There's a window. Azok will want to poke his head out, kind of gauge how far the sun is in the middle of the sky.
Yeah. I say you have probably about 8 hours.
We have the day to ourselves until nightfall.
Is there anything we need to do before this meeting?
Do we wish to attempt to gather intelligence on our adversaries?
I kind of like that. Think we do that unseen?
My gut says no, but if this is their way, then I suppose it makes sense.
I believe
Maybe-
that a certain amount of duplicitude was encouraged, however subtly.
Yes.
Yeah, that last part was a big hint, hint, wink, wink kind of thing.
Or maybe just to get to know them a little better. What makes them tick? Why do they want to become the monarch? What kind of ruler will they be?
This actually might give us more intel what to say when we start boasting, if we ever make it that high up.
Yeah. Big thing is you got that the room that your parties here were kept apart so that no violence would break out ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
So generally, like, they don't want you together.
We don't even know their names, right?
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Everything really.
Okay.
People are kept as best they can in order to avoid
Okay.
like a war in the palace.
Got you. Okay.
And the idea is everyone starts, which is why sometimes things erupt, because no one really knows anything until they get there. So whether that's good or bad, you could argue, but that is what they do.
I think that's good, actually. I feel like
I
'cause
think-
everybody's getting into this at the same page. Like,
Well,
we
we
can't
won't-
use anything against each other until we're in the room.
Well, we won't, though, because they know me. They'll know who I am. But I have no idea who they are.
Yes, so obviously attack the legitimacy of your claim by insulting your fitness to take the throne. They will criticize that you're an outsider, that you were raised elsewhere. They'll criticize that your birth and its circumstances were hidden. we should prepare a defense.
Well, I suppose that's actually fortunate. I was raised among people who judged me as an outsider. And I guess all those years of taking that have found their way to actually benefit me. I don't get easily offended by that sort of thing. Not anymore.
Good.
Above table, I'm actually still somehow rocking disadvantage on stealth checks. So I don't know how feasible it is that I sneak around and eavesdrop on people to get the dirt, but
Why are you at disadvantage?
because I wear half plate.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I thought you had exhaustion or something.
Okay. Did I pack it today? I did not pack Pass Without Trace. I do have a couple of things. I do have on Azok's around his neck, the underneath all the Vermishroud disgustingness, there is a beaded necklace with a spider symbol on it. And he kind of holds it up around his neck. Says, "This will morph you into a spider for, I would say, an hour. Usually, how that works. I've seen people cast this kind of spell. They're very stealthy, and you can keep all of your wits about you if you use this. So, if you, Palin, want to sneak around, you can borrow this for a time."
Oh, that's quite useful. Are we decided then that we'll conduct some espionage?
I'm comfortable with it. I feel like we need every advantage we can get.
Something tells me I shouldn't.
Well, I'll defer to your intuition, certainly.
No. I mean, I think you should, obviously, but I think I'm too much of an exposure risk.
Well, I'm loath to split our forces.
Well, the good news is I'm safe here, as far as I know.
That's true. All the other groups are supposed to be in their own rooms until the next stage. I mean, we're also breaking the rules here, so what's to say that they're not doing that right now?
They probably are. They could be in this room right now.
Yes, they could.
Our discussion has happened telepathically. We haven't verbalized any of it.
We're all just staring at each other at the four corners of the room,
It's like, what are they
locking
doing?
eyes.
Yeah.
He's just standing there.
Yeah.
This group
They're
is
not
intense.
saying anything.
What a boring group.
Staring each other down like they're going to kill each other.
Bathroom's broken. I mean, yeah, if I give you that, I can still wild shape into something equally as stealthy, and then yeah, go one way, send Palin the other way. We'll just try and eaves as much as we can get.
I'm down. Palin will grab the necklace and... Do I need to attune to it, I'm guessing?
Yep. Yes, you do.
Okay.
And we also do have a link up, so if any of us is in trouble, we can ping each other.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. And let me pick a CR monster 1, or CR beast 1 for this.
Yeah, if this is what we're doing, Palin will head out the window and climb east.
Sounds good. Are you going to stick together with Azak?
I think we're gonna split up.
Oh,
Trying to find a matching thing that's super small.
The
Well.
judgmental scoff from Marvellus is enough to send Palin scurrying back.
It was nice knowing Palin and Nazok when we did.
You know, my stealth, like, even as a spider, it's not that great. It's only a +4.
I am totally not yelling at my phone on mute.
I think we'll go together. We'll have two spiders. just like walk in the halls together. I will consume the wild shape.
Okay, very good then. So you morph into your spiders, and how long does Palin's last?
It's has 3 charges, so at most 3 hours. How much long the polymorph lasts?
Yeah, polymorph's usually an hour. So
Yeah.
okay, and is it polymorph?
Da, 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 da.
I guess my question is because is he going to get the intelligence of the spider?
Oh,
Yeah.
ability functions, polymorph spell. Okay, yeah. So you do have the mental stats of the spider.
Oh.
I'm thinking of the vermis shroud. That lets me keep my stuff in there.
Yeah, your vermin shard gives you special abilities with that.
Gotcha.
So if Palin's not going to be helpful as a spider.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be finding bugs in the corner of the room. I'm gonna scrap it. I'll scrap it. I don't feel hyper committed to it.
Okay.
Sorry guys.
That's all right. I'll still try it. I'll be the Lone Ranger, the commando.
Yeah, because you got druid skill, so
Can I
I
cast
got one thing.
invisibility on him though, Matt?
yeah.
I cast guidance. He has it for 1 minute, right?
Yeah. I'll use it if I roll poorly on the first one.
Okay.
I cast. Didn't we just say don't nobody go off by themselves?
It's classic me.
Yeah, this is the part of the horror movie where the soundtrack kicks up.
Actually,
Yeah.
quite the opposite. Is when things get quiet is when it's most scary.
Yeah. Let's see. Did it? It wasn't it as Aku's.
It was.
Woo! Woo! No. I will keep this up. I will keep this up.
Okay. So the spider climbs underneath the door, invisibly, gifted by Paladin, with a little bit of guidance for a minute. A spider, not so quick, but how do you want to go about this? Because you don't know where anybody is.
I don't. So let's just painstakingly for as long as I can, because I can hold this for 7 hours. Just crawl in under each available door. If I don't see tired adventurers, morning people, probably if I can catch other people having the same meeting as we just did, he would be looking for a bell and just following the noises.
Okay. I can't really like guidance because this is going to be for like a long period of time. But
Okay.
give me investigation check.
Gotcha. Oh, cool. 16.
Okay. $16. You think you're? I'm going to say you're going to be able to get to one of them.
Okay.
And get information. Before, and this would be you would just get back at the end of your 7 hours based on you actually find yourself having to traverse. There is a cloud bridge that is precisely 4 feet wide. That's made for like one person to go across, and is weighted in such a way you think to prevent more than one person crossing
Interesting.
at a time, like so that a group would have to split up to do so. Though with Spider's weight doesn't throw anything off. You are able to get across, and here on an island that has what looks like a blue crystal that almost looks like a storm region inside. At a base, there's like this formation of rock and grass, and even trees grow from this like piece of land that floats about 600-foot radius wide. This like a floating air island. And it's like there's small woods where one could hunt. There's a water that seems to flow off the island into nothing and flow from nowhere where people are fishing. But there is a group of 9, and you see that there are 3 shields with swords placed in a way that you would assume was to honor the dead. It is here that you think you have a group here, and you do see oddly set upon a table of glass is a blue bell. See, mostly they're out there relaxing. What type of information do you want to try to get here?
I think you'd like to pick up, if you can. Well, let's see. I'll probably want to learn more about who has fallen and the circumstances of how that came to be.
Okay. So I think for this, go ahead and roll me a d20.
Okay. $13.
The 3 fallen here. Well, I would say specifically around here, these are all, you think, siblings. A group of brothers and sisters who went out. And essentially one agender, one man, one female fell. But it is all siblings who are related. And roughly the story that you can piece out moving around and seeing relics and old things, and you see them keep honoring their grandfather, is that they were a fallen tribe. And that they entered this in order to rise once more.
Okay. As Azog is actively listening to this, he will relay this to the rest of the party just to give them indicators that he's still here, he's still learning, he's still getting some stuff. It might have been some time since you last heard from Azok, as it took him pretty long to get here.
There is a crash of thunder as a large 20-foot individual appears. And these here are all between 12 and 9 feet, so they tower over all these folks. They wear the hide and fur of an enormous beast. The weapons themselves seem to be carved from daggers. Carved from teeth. And all the siblings here kind of go, You're not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to. Oh, shut up. This is the large one. Those with power do what they want. You should know that. With your power, you try to secure your place again. You'll lose it if you don't wise up. Now. Let me be clear. You will not become a tribe. Should you make it through the dinner and the shouting and come through on the other side, me and mine are personally going to wipe you out. So, you get to live. As long as I live, we'll let you alone. All you have to do is get one of your swords through that tiefling's chest. If she dies or not, don't worry about it. Once blood is shed, it'll be chaos. All you and your little family need to worry about is not getting killed. And from what I heard, that might be enough if you get spotted. They're the vengeful type over there. So, I leave it to you. Risk your life now, or face death certainly later. Good day. He goes and thunder cracks. And he vanishes.
They have through this interaction, they haven't said his name or ever referred to him as a title. No,
They did not.
Okay. Well, I think I got a lot there, so I'm not going to try and push my luck.
Okay. In that case, with a little bit, just figure you would make it back. Is there anything people would have done during that time?
I think Palin's trying to formulate like almost presidential debate style talking points for Esme and like theoretical scenarios. Trying to anticipate the sort of criticism that'll be lobbed at her, and I'm envisioning Palin trying to like workshop this with Marvellus and like giving Marvellus terrible material, and then Marvellus gives the feedback, and Palin's like not hyper receptive to it. He knows he needs to improve, but he can't really understand why. I think that's what's going on with him.
Marvelous is just back, half listening to Palin, and sometimes he'll yes, that sounds great, and other times no, rework it. And he's trying to remember the events that led him to this point.
What are the notes? Why do I need notes? Why does this say my fellow giants? I'm not even a giant.
You're right. I thought that would sort of position you as a peer, but you're right. That can be revised, obviously.
What's the budget? I don't even understand these words that you're throwing at me.
Palin's just striking off economics. He's striking off talk about repairing infrastructure. He's striking off, yeah.
So many bad jokes right now. I'm just like, nope.
We know. A little spider pops out from underneath and then reverts back to the Eladrinazok, stretching himself. I've never been so small for so long. And that was exhausting getting everywhere.
It looks like it was fun.
Yeah, no. Learned a lot. We've got some crazy giant dealings right now behind closed doors, literally.
Really?
The cast exposition.
Okay. Oh, wow.
I didn't know giants can do that. Like, is that a thing? They can just zip, zap, thunder, and just be off like they're ghosts?
I've seen Palin do it.
Maybe by a slightly less impressive means.
We're bringing up the library again? Is that what's happening?
We're not going to a library, no. I mean, obviously, I can't blame them if they try to kill me.
No.
Why would it matter if they stab me and don't kill me? I don't understand.
I think the intent, the intent I read was that they want Esme dead, or they have to have Esme dead.
Oh.
Perhaps provoking the conflict will be enough, and then in the ensuing scrum.
Well, this is good news then, because that means they think I have a chance.
I guess so. We should prepare to say some things about them if we have to go, berate them in front of the whole court at this moot.
Okay.
Let's go over this again. They've lost 3. They're all siblings. So if we're going the whole politic intrigue stuff, they've lost 3 of their own. How are they going to keep doing that? I don't know. I'm not good with politics, guys. I grew up in the woods. Gonna be really honest here.
I didn't grow up around it either. I guess we'll just do our best.
Would bringing up the giant visitor do something? Like that? If they're not worthy to be chosen as successors, that they can't follow the rules, or there's some special precedent that you can't have outside help, or something like that.
What did these people look like, the ones he approached?
I give a brief description of all of the 6 that were in the room.
Yeah, the siblings all seem to be more of near giant, and what was Most of them was large tattoos that looked like two dragon claws, one holding a depiction of Rudius, one of Catha.
Well, okay.
If something bad to happen, let's just stay close to Esme. No one lays a finger on her.
Well, I suppose we should prepare ourselves for tonight.
Okay,
Should be interesting.
let's rest up. Do I have time to put in a short rest while we wait, Matt?
Short rest, yeah, you can get one in.
Thank you. Gotcha. And if we want to have our weapons for whatever scrap comes up, you need to give them to Azok so we can put them in the bag of holding.
She'll give you her weapons.
Gotcha. I doubt they'll treat a lute or a flute to be any kind of, weapon. Looking at Marvellus over here.
Yep. Palin will hand over the staff of Magius reluctantly. It's almost like his fingers can't release it at first.
Does a shield count as a weapon?
No.
Okay.
It's like a coat of arms kind of thing. Yeah. And Azok. Matt, do you constitute a rod to be a weapon, like for the Titania switch?
It's a visual inspection, so probably yeah. Like they would, because that does look like you could smack somebody with it.
Okay. Yeah, he will...
Just like Palin's staff wouldn't be allowed. Like there's.
You got it. Okay. Then yeah, he will hide that inside his bag of holding.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Then I think since we're there, let's go ahead and do our break, and we'll come back for. Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right.
All right. All right, as we reconvene. Everybody back?
Yes, no, maybe so.
Alex, just Michael and Jackie.
Yes.
Yellow.
All right. So with that corpse in tow, you make your way, escorted in the front and back by 2 guards each side. In the halls here are enormous, and they're each guard here is about 25 feet tall, in full plate armor that fits them. It is enough plate that could fit kind of a small army if it was melted down on these 4 individuals. And as they continue and take you, and eventually going through hallways depicting ages of wars and conflict, as well as times of peace. I feel like you're almost going down a timeline in reverse as you're getting closer to an enormous set of doors. You find the depictions you've seen here of what you seem to refer to as the gods of the giants, whom they seem to regard more like ancestors, like great grandparents, in the way that they think and act, and depictions of them laying the foundations of Exandria itself, and depictions of gods, Betrayer and Prime, coming and remaking it as they saw fit, all leading to these doors that burst open as you approach. And there you see spread out tons of food and large beasts being roasted. There are people everywhere celebrating, and there is a path that you are being led down at the same time. Trumpets blare, and several paths, 20 in all, are made. There is a upper donut ring that seems to be the population of the tribes and everything else here, and below it, almost like a donut hole disc that is around, that is in the center, and put below by about 100 feet is where you are being led to, where everyone is coming with their kills, not displayed just yet, still covered, and where tables and what look like games and fires and various things to entertain are being have been set up and there is a grand semicircle stage in which, Esme, you see your father. Your mother is beside him. She is matching his giant size right now, either by potion or by magic. And there are the chieftains, not all giant, but all under, you assume, types of magic to make them equal height as well, sitting in attendance and looking out. They have not touched their food, nor has any others. So this is this procession where people are yelling and screaming, and now is the party. Now is where people are into it. They are going to see a show. You can hear there are bets going on within the upper donut, basically, of people yelling, right, he's got that the king's daughter will keep her head. I got that, she loses it. 200 gold. Yep, I got that one. And right, I say the only one left standing is Jael. All right, and just these bets on who's going to kill who, and others are not as bloodthirsty, but betting on if Esme's going to make it, or if like how much bets that they cry over the dead, and that type of stuff. Not everybody, but there's these different pieces, and it seems to be represented even by the different tribes. They tend to have their personalities and their own things, and all of the ones in the upper donut have been partying for a few hours. They are heavily inebriated, so kind of the worst things are coming out of them as well. But you are put down into this green, beautiful island. And Palin, you can tell this seems to be almost freshly constructed by magic for this purpose. As you think is the large donut, some of this seems to have been made in the last few days just for this, since it was Esme's request. And you are released upon this area. You do see your Lysany that is kind of waves at you, wears gray. You see others. You see one coming up to you, where I just wanted to shake the hand, and immediately your Lysany is coming up to like intercept him, like, oh, you get away from them. And I'll tell you, Marvelous and Esme, you see that the one he's trying to stop is like already drawing a blade.
This isn't one of the 6 that Azok saw. This is a whole different group.
No, this is like another of the gray suited people.
Okay. I mean, the one drawing, like the one
Is one of the gray people. It's gray on gray.
She got you. Okay.
Just if you interfere, you let it play out.
Are they? You said these are the siblings?
No, this is your like gray advisor, and there's another gray advisor.
Oh, okay. Just so I understand correctly, he's drawing a blade. Is he drawing the blade on someone?
So one came up to try to wanted to shake all of your hands. Yours started running up to intercept. The one going to shake your hands is beginning to draw a blade.
Oh, okay.
He's already in front of you. Yours is. So the blade would be upon your person.
Okay.
And so if Marvellus sees this, he's going to yell guards and cast hold monster. Hold monster.
Yeah. All right, let's see what this fella's got in him.
It's a wisdom 20.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, He goes to put it out and then freezes up and cannot move. As the guards do look, see the obvious layouts, this person is being held and moved to kind of pick him up stiffly. And you see yours kind of turns and he just sort of sticks something back down. Like he was, it looks like a very, very thin but sharp cable between two wooden poles that he was gonna go for. He kind of hides really quick.
So do I get the feeling that he was going to try to defend us, or was he looking to join? What am I seeing?
Yeah, make an insight check.
Oh Lord. I will use my reliable whatever that is for my. It's 18 right now, and it will be a total of 21.
21. Yeah, I think you definitely get he was going to defend
Okay.
all of you. It's like he was almost going to let him pass and then come behind him and take him out was his plan.
Okay.
Well, what are you taking him?
God's like, he will be restrained to his he will be restrained to his proper fate.
Well, is that necessary?
Yep.
Well,
We kind of go.
as the aggrieved party, I don't think a death sentence is in order.
Oh. There you go. And the other one guy speaks. Sorry, hopeful. We just mean that he will be restrained to the ones that his lot has been thrown in with.
Oh,
His death will be, well, on whoever wins.
I see.
And say put him. And as he goes back, you can already. He doesn't go back to a sibling group. It is another group, and they. One of them pats him on the back, but does so extremely hard, knocking him to the ground. And not too subtly pretends to trip and then mash down on his shoulder, and you hear a crack.
Oof.
Picks him up. Tough luck.
Brutal.
I want to walk over. Well, not get too close, I guess. But I want to cast a healing word.
Interesting. Who is coming? Is anyone? Esme does this. What's everyone? Like, I don't want anyone to stop her, but I do know where everyone is.
I think if Esme is leading this charge, Azak will follow, and while she is having her attention drawn towards that particular group, Azak is eyeing the rest of these people around us, and is giving off the sort of stature of like, if you come any closer, that's exact thing's gonna happen. Don't interfere with this. He's giving everybody a death stare, basically.
Give me an intimidation check.
Hell yeah. It's 14 for a total of 19. Dirty 19.
Okay. So, to move there. Anybody else just want to state where they are in this, or?
How far away is this, man? I don't want to get him more than 30 feet away from me.
She's 60 feet.
60. You mean your movement is 60? Or
No, I mean I want to get within 60 feet so I can do what I need to do.
within 60 feet of them, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
so basically, you're saying Marvellis is just making sure that Esme's no more than 30.
Yeah.
Whatever she's going, he's going to hang back, but he's at least going to be within 30 feet of her. I think that works.
Yeah, Palin's following Esme on her like left flank, and he's sort of pushed up the sleeves of his robe so that his bracers are revealed, keeping an eye out for danger.
Gotcha. Very good. All right, and then in that, you simply give your healing word, and you hear the sound of bone remending and fixing. You look.
And then I just turn and walk away.
Yeah, I think in a moment it's like they want to say something, and it's intimidation. Yeah, and I think with Azak there's just not a moment for anyone to quite do anything. And there are murmurs. You even see the council of the judges kind of talk to one another as you make your way back.
Matt, does it seem like that whole altercation was witnessed, and like, is anyone reacting favorably to Esme right now?
Give me insight.
Okay. It's a dirty 22.
We can see on the council, you cannot read her father at all. He is the master of poker face. It seems at this point like he is just an awakener as well. They're just very stoic, refusing to react. As they're very practiced at these things. The other tribal ones that are sitting in judgment, you get a mix of some think it was kind of she had no right to forsake tradition rather. Others are kind of neutral, like it's not even a thing. At least stuff. There's a few who are more. She broke something that should be broken. There's at least two that seem to have that.
Yeah, Palin shares that impression, pinging everyone.
Kind of want to, if we're retreating back to our corner, Azok is going to like make an imaginary line that's like a sort of like a semicircle around our corner, and is just like pacing this and watching everyone in the room, just if kind of like emulating how the our sort of Grey Warden was here to like step up. Azok will kind of just echo that and just be ready to mimic that action.
Yeah. They're actually talking. It goes, all right. So it's about to begin soon. There'll be a lot of rushing to get in each other's faces. One of the best things to do is keep the candidate away from the front. If possible, less likely a poisoned blade will get in the ribs.
I'd like to see them try.
This is the kind of assassination. I was able to, well, let's just say there's two less families than were supposed to be here. One was caught smuggling in a poison, but they're pretty sure a few crates got delivered. They're only able to get one that was tested, and it is more deadly than anything anyone's seen. It cut right through magic.
Okay. Yeah, mental link up. Don't eat any food that's being offered to you.
Well, your great person actually is the person who's getting the food, and he was in charge of
Okay,
preparing
fair,
it for you.
That's right.
And if you want, he will eat it in front of you. Like
Hmm.
he will present anything he can.
Got you.
He's gonna get another one of the things like it's his job to make sure protect. But yeah. So anything anybody wants to do before, like, you see the movements are for like the festivities to begin sort of below here. Anything anyone wants to do before then?
I'm all good.
Nope.
Zeticus. It occurs. The large gong is rung. And there is a rush like barbarians going to battle. And it erupts into a chaos. At the same time, people are taking off the covers of their kills.
Yeah.
There is a dragon present.
Yeah.
You see large birds that are about 25 feet wingspan displayed out. In particular, there is a 40-foot insect. Large pincers and giant wings that looks vicious, and all manners of beasts. In particular, Esme and Palin, you recognize Chimera here. The days. It's a little pale in comparison to others. See what looks like a frog, except it has 10 tentacles that kind of go out from its body. As someone says, "We have slain a Mongolit!" And always
Inside check.
And all types. And people are starting to go, that's a tadpole. Like, what? Did you find a really big fly? And others are going, oh, dragon. How typical can you be?
Oh.
And so you, how do you display your kill?
I would imagine we kind of laid her out with her arms crossed. Kind of almost, I think, respectfully. And I just see her on like a slab, just kind of being carted in.
Point of order, has Esme... I remember the visual that Esme, after eating the heart, did not wash up the remains on her body. Is that still the case?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'd imagine that there's like... We did the same courtesy to the corpse, as in like we didn't change anything other than like the evidence that the heart has been taken out. Like her hands are probably still crossing her chest, but there's still a sizable hole, so we don't want to obscure that any way possible.
And so people come to look and get to the front. Do you all kind of move to stop them and do like the shouting match to not let them close to Esme?
Yeah. As I will.
Yep, Marvelous will as well.
Push forward, and so it is very almost like people trying to start a fight doing shoulders, but no one's doing a blow. They're not going to push too hard, but as soon as they get any resistance, they sort of stop. They're like, okay. It's very tenuous. As some goes, Look. Like, just what was that? Woman, and they attached a snake tail?
And Marvellus will, at the top of his voice, say, "Behold, the most powerful creature within 1,000 miles. The Eldritch Queen. Powerful, deadly, unyielding, and unmerciful. Don't stare too long, as you will still be wrapped in her spell."
Is that it?
Yep.
Okay.
That's all I got, man.
That's good. That's good. I was just making sure I did a good job.
Can I bolster that with thaumaturgy?
Oh yeah.
I'll
Just
prestidigitate some like the at the shaking of the room of like just like the lights start flickering a bit. Kind of just like suck the cold the warmth out of the air around people.
Love it. All right. Well, let's give me a performance check
Oh, okay. Oops.
with advantage from everyone helping.
Okay. A natural 20 for a 36.
All right. You just woo. And very interesting, the donut above grows silent. And the tablet that was provided has a blue glow. And as it glows, the body actually lifts up at this. And you see the tendrils of energy that you remember them having start to sort of manifest around, as if revealing the true nature of this thing. And then as Marvellus begins to kind of say that all this stuff and you guys do this, it's almost like it reacts and she becomes bigger than she ever was. As if it's reacting to the tale, reacting to the story, almost as everyone's imagination, spurned by Marvellus, are enlarging the vision of this.
Sick.
Oh, this giant story. Ooh. Esme, what do you do?
Esme, kind of, anytime someone says something, she'll look at them. But she doesn't really react to what they're saying. It almost looks like she's looking at them in the same way you might look at someone who made a joke about something that you don't quite understand. Almost not like she's judging them, more like she's looking at them with envy that they don't understand what they're talking about. And when the queen begins to manifest, I think she's just reminded of the battle, and she's just kind of watching. But she doesn't add anything because she hasn't been addressed, and she knows that Marvellus is a lot better at that sort of thing, and she's just kind of letting him tell the story, and she's just watching the corpse.
As you're watching all this happen, you see like the part where they're deciding whether or not to accept this or what they're going to do. Having been given the story from Azak, you see someone with the tattoos of the dragon claw and the moons heading towards all of you, and you're kind of taking everything in, so you don't quite lock eyes unless you want to in a moment here. But they are going and they have what looks like actually cut themselves and are taking a large blade that glows black out as they're
Whew.
trying to get within a distance. So this is Esme seeing this,
Sorry. Yep, you got it.
because I want to give Esme like the action or how she wants to handle this or order this, because you know all the background and
Mhm.
reasoning and everything. So
Okay. Esme will look at them, catch their eyes, and she will, not in a commanding way, but just almost in a whisper, say to them, "Stop."
Okay.
Okay.
oh, go ahead if you want. If you have more,
I know you are only looking out for your family. But hear me. The person who asked you this favor, you and I both know they will not give you what you want. You came here to create a tribe for your family. I think that's commendable. I'm not saying this as a counter offer. I just want you to know what will happen. If you try to attack me, those people around me have already watched one of our dearest friends be slain by this creature that you're looking at. They will not hesitate to cut you down. If, however, you put that sword away, embrace me as a friend, as far as I'm concerned, if I ascend, you can have your tribe. A family should be together. It's your choice. And I obviously do not judge you for what you're about to do. You're scared. I've seen scared people make rash decisions before. I've forgiven far worse acts than what you're considering to do. Make your choice.
persuasion with advantage.
All right. 15. I am not a charisma character.
Okay.
$15. They come their blade. And they throw it at Esme.
Could I silvery barbs this map? Or am I able to see any of this happening?
In specific, you can silvery barbs. What I've put first is a natural 20. So you can definitely silvery barbs.
Yeah. Yep. Oh my god.
So
For flavor, I'll just say that Palin's left eye has never left Esme, even as he turns and is scanning the rest of the room. And there'll be like this corona of prismatic light around his head, like a halo, when he slings the advantage back to her.
So in an odd move, this is a 25 to hit. Natural 22 and 18, so it decritted.
Am I in
Sword
range? Am I in range to cutting words? That
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay.
What is the
Actions
roll?
can definitely happen.
I'm sorry. What was the roll?
So it's a 25.
Oh, okay. I misheard you.
18 on the dice. is probably what I
Gotcha.
would have said.
Okay.
What I meant was that it was still very high, but it wasn't a crit.
Mm-hmm.
So what Palin's thing did. So cutting words.
Yep. Let's see. Let me make sure what I'm supposed to roll here. So that's the D12, right? Right. 4.
So 21.
Yeah.
Is that? I wish we were where Esme is on this.
Yeah, my AC's a 19.
All right.
I think he throws this, and you almost see him as it leaves, like he tries to grab it back, and that's what tips it from what Marvella says, as though he's like, "No, I shouldn't." And then it's just right on the cusp. It was right below the DC for him, and the sword to Esme's chest. At the same time, he, in the same movement, drops to his knees and bares his neck. Almost moved enough to not try to avoid his fate. As you see, there are sparks and various things going on from where he came from, his family trying to hide, and I will do the damage. You will need a con save as part of this, Esme.
And I gave you advantage.
Okay. um, 14.
Okay. So the throw of this, because he got nearly max on his throw, which is going to be 44 piercing.
Okay.
And then it seems as though part of the blade almost melts into your bloodstream. For 37 necrotic.
Okay. Yeah, so she would be technically bloodied by that. If she can, she would drop down to him, cup his face, lift it up. No matter what happens, there will be no retaliation against your family.
Begins to cry.
She will attempt to she's going to give herself I believe a greater restoration, because I think she feels like this has definitely done something to her.
Okay. You can still do that. What I want to say, because I did an action, is with doing that, you've made a round opening to potentially control this crazy wave that's about to happen. So whether this goes into a full riot, and this is the group, whether this goes into a full riot or not, is going to be very much up to what happens immediately next, or what doesn't, right? The natural course is probably going to be a riot. So there's moments here. I will tell you, there's not like a curse here that's going to kill you. So we'll go on what everybody wants to do to influence this however you want to. And I guess it might be the intention, because intention could be make a riot that has nothing to do with all of you. It could be we want to see if we can just totally kill the emotion here. Or I guess what's your desired effect, and then we can try to achieve that.
So could I cast Calm Emotions, like if I could see where the majority, where I could get the most affected people in a 20-foot radius?
I think you certainly can. Is that the effect we want to go for?
Yeah,
I think as a party.
I'm turning around looking and saying, okay, do you mean how to calm them down?
Because you have telepathic bond up. Like if you want to give a request to your friends, you could, or however you want to kind of decide how you want to try to influence this.
Well, I think she's going to say that this man is already instantly remorseful, and killing anybody at this point doesn't make any sense.
So then, you let out calm emotions.
It's a charisma 20.
Yeah.
So
what's everyone else doing?
Esme, you're in a bad way, right?
Yep.
Okay.
There's a lot you can do. I want to be paying attention to things you might be doing to influencing what's happening next.
Right. I'm not. Yeah. So my intention is to protect Esme, and why I'm not brandishing any weapons. I am not making a outward display of aggression towards anybody else in the room. Azok is only going to speak in his druidic tongue and inscribe something in the air, and as he does, some little spores are going to follow Esme and revitalize you, as I'm going to cast heal and get you back up to full HP with 80 HP. She took 63. If I give you 80, you're back to full.
I'm one away from full, but it's close enough.
Okay, good. Math is always off by one.
My toe still hurts.
And the sword is stuck right in me now. No,
That was a big one, but I give that to you.
Palin.
Is there any part of the giants' creation myths or legends that speak to a failed, like, assassination attempt or a betrayal?
Oh, you research this stuff, so yeah, there's something you can pull.
Using
want her to do?
thaumaturgy, I'm gonna quote giant scripture at everyone and try and
Right.
like castigate them.
Ooh, good word.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, give me. It's really interesting. Okay, I would say give me a intelligence-based persuasion.
Okay. Wow, that's so bad. Somehow, that's a 7. I got a natural 2.
Okay. Alex, your character is on the disc in the midst of this. Is there anything they want to do? To influence this few seconds.
Around roughly how many people's directly in the crowd, like in the immediate circumference?
A few hundred.
No.
This isn't your hunting party, but
Well, I think because she would feel bad about what's going to happen, and she does know somewhat about this. You're just going to see a hand go out, and she's going to cast a mass suggestion at 12 of the biggest things around. Because it just says creatures, so I can pick any of them. So she would pick 12 of them and say, let's prevent any unnecessary bloodshed until at least a little bit, okay? And they would need
so you're telling them to do what?
Essentially protect the blue tiefling.
Okay. All right. So with the calming motions goes out. And what seems in a moment to be a thing of opportunity, Azak, you can see the large one that thundered in has already gotten off their axe and sees her completely healed, and the distraction he thought he was going to have totally done by people like getting ready to be like, actually it's nice out, and then a whole hardening party losing their will and just beginning to defend instead, that it's taken out of him. And he puts his axe down and kind of away. And as the crowd is all attention away from him, and as this disturbance, and it's more looking at what Esme is going to do, just before you allow your attention to go back to Esme, there's almost this ripple in the air as you see this giant's head cut off from their body. And it rolls. As it hits the ground, both the head and the body come under what you would recognize as invisibility spell.
Mentally getting everybody to the lowdown of, okay, someone just got, and they pulled the curtains over it.
With that, all eyes are on Esme as she holds this man. The crowd stilled.
Esme's going to help him up.
It's like shaking.
Hear my words. This contest is has allowed people into it who cowardly threaten others to do their will. This person here has proven they care about their family. I would hope there is no retaliation against them. And I would hope they also remember that the life they live from here forward is a gift. And the only way to truly protect your family is to make wiser decisions. She'll let him go.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, great.
I'm sorry.
Do I have any inspiration? No, I don't. Hold on. Let me check. Nope, nothing. Okay, great. Wonderful.
You got this.
Here we go. No, I don't. It's a 10.
Art department
Huh?
just threw an inspiration in chat. Go ahead and roll it
Okay.
if you want. If you want.
Okay, that's much better. That is a 25.
Okay.
Art department.
Art department for the win.
I love how furious she was over the mic, too.
Should be recorded for being epic.
5 channel points. All right. So with this, there is a mixed emotion. Like some were trying to get into your speech, others were like trying to fully understand. A near giant tribe that is predominantly a gray-green. Yells, wisdom, blood, mercy. Another picks up wisdom, blood, mercy. And it begins to chant as an acceptance. Wisdom, blood, and mercy. Wisdom, blood, mercy of your words. And with that, oh yeah,
Is my dad smiling?
Is Dad proud?
give me an insight check.
All
It
right.
is DC 30 to read this man.
Okay. It's still possible. It's possible. I definitely made it. I get a 33. Insight is the one thing I'm good at.
You look, and through his stoic face, his eyes can't help but show the bit of smile.
My dad's proud of me.
Yeah.
And then with this, you notice Awakener, before her face can change, turns her back like she had to sneeze. And with that, your inclusion in the top two is all but assured. You see quickly they seem to look to the tribe that, or the Hard Team party that seemed to have the one that had ordered this Ezak, but they can't. It seems like they can tell that they don't know if he left, if he just withdrew, but he's nowhere to be found.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're disqualified. As that they seem to have been the one that was most likely going to hit. And so it goes back and forth, and one person leads out with a fully cloaked hunting party. He is near Giant, who leads them and walks with an assured stride. And they are the ones that brought the enormous insect. Voted the second.
Hmm.
And as with that after much merrymaking and dinner, the two parties, yours and theirs, are welcome to be directly in front of the Half Circle Council. Anything in that time?
During our speech?
I'd say probably before that quite begins.
Okay.
Just anything in prep. I just want to give you a chance.
I'm looking. Let's see. No, I got nothing for this.
She would cast a guidance on Marvellus. knowing that he is one of our best speakers.
Okay, you can kind of like you're like ready to throw guidance as soon as you can.
Okay.
I get in case because the time is beyond, but I'm good with it.
Could Palin mutter off a quick prayer and bless everyone in our party?
Absolutely. So that's attacks and saving throws.
Can I do a divine intervention?
That's a pretty awesome display of power. I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Oh, we're not supposed to do that. Okay.
I mean, it depends. I guess it depends what you're going to pray for. I don't know what the consequence of it happening. Would be.
Just that we're all imbued with confidence and charisma.
If this
You know what,
works, I'm
roll-
gonna scream. I'm gonna scream if this works.
If this is not going to work. Okay. But I'm still gonna roll it. Divine intervention. What is that? D100.
Yeah.
Yeah. 15 or lower.
Nope. That is a 99. That's almost as bad as it can get. And that's Esme
Hard
for you.
It's an inspiration in chat.
You can't use it for that.
Oh, I don't know. Anything, Shauna? I don't know. Just came on.
I don't know what's going on.
No.
Well, we're
Boy.
we're about to.
Roll your portents real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't
you're-
gotten it for last session when we long rested, get your portents out.
You're just about to go head to head in a comparison contest with the other top two. So it's you and another. They slew an enormous bug.
Okay.
Sack looks very deadly. It looks quite scary.
So we're in the final tier of the who wins the coronation, basically.
There was an
It's-
assassination attempt on Esme.
Mm-hmm.
The would-be assassin got beheaded because he failed. Basically, was the idea because he stood down, not wanting to take his shot based on some stuff everyone did, and someone took him out.
Rather quickly because no one else noticed. Or at least,
And invisibly too. Yeah.
I was
So-
ready to see what happens.
Okay.
I do. I kind of want to just one little thing. Just study the creature that they're competing against. That's a do not look at that insight check. Yeah, he kind of just wants to see if he's heard of something like this before. If this is something like, if this is considered an easy kill, or like sizing it up in comparison to their own, the Eldritch Queen. Like, what does he know about this bug?
Sure, give me a nature check.
Yeah. I can never tell if that's a 9 or a 4. Okay. Oh, well, unfortunately, that's a 4 for a lukewarm 10.
Oh, you don't know. It is a deadly, deadly creature.
More legs, lots of wings.
Lots of legs, lots of wings, big jaws.
Right out of Starship Troopers.
But
icky.
yeah. But I would say, yeah. Yeah. Enough that you don't think it's a unworthy comparison, but you're not sure how close.
Gotcha.
But it is something that's not. It's certainly not laughable. I would say, and it probably was worthy to beat the dragon.
Oh. Okay. They got a bug. That's all Hazak's gonna say. Is like, they got a bug.
All right, and I'll do this for you.
Oh boy. It's been
I
young.
hate
Sorry. Is that a
No, that's a
What is-
person. That's
is that- huh?
It's holding a person.
Oh, okay.
It's holding a medium humanoid.
It's like eating them. Okay.
No, it's holding a large
I was
humanoid.
gonna
Oh,
say
yeah, that's what I
that-
was gonna say. My expression is either be bigger or.
It's a large to huge creature it's holding.
It almost looks like a hill giant.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is
okay.
a hill giant. Like it is.
Aw,
There's no small potato.
poor dude's not having a good time. Look at him.
So basically, yeah, I would say you get this is a thing that would feast on giants.
Hmm.
Giants
You
would
know-
be its prey.
Apt. Yeah, I won't. Yeah. That's quality.
Yummy.
Okay, so would you like to go? So it goes with you since this was brought on by you. Esme, your party can go first or second.
Oh, we'll go second.
So this one gets up. He looks very. You can tell right away. The person breaking. This really looks like a group he hired. You're not sure how much he did. Very soft hands type of deal. But from family, probably commands a lot of respect. You do see that lightning essentially seems to go around him. So it's not that he doesn't have power. He's not necessarily the warrior type. It's still probably very dangerous. As he goes. Now. This has stolen our greatest warriors. Swarms come down and kill our people. And I have not brought you one, but a swarm. And he snaps his fingers, and there are beams of purple poppy noises as 20 corpses appear. Death will not rain down from the skies upon the eastern mountains. I do not know where the worthy incumbent, the worthy challenger, gets theirs, but as she saved the lives of our people, or hers. One of the judges go, "This is about what you have done. The time for insults is done." Of course, of course. But know well that we who are its prey have taken down the predator. We have brought a cure. The wisdom to take a challenge of ego and make it about doing good, about making a difference. Its claws ripped 3 of our own, including my brother, but his blood was spilled. His blood was spilled, so that even if we were to be beat, this land and its people, not even our tribe. Tribe that has brought war with us is safer. Because we care for the silent. Then he'll sit down.
Matt, how exact do those bugs look to each other?
Give me. Well, one of these things kind of has true sight. Or does she see invisibility?
See invisibility.
Okay. Give me a perception check, Esme.
All right. Here we go. Natural 20 for a 30.
You begin to see through someone whose spell save for their illusions is DC 27.
It's an illusion?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're not precisely like each other. They this is a very good illusion. What you start to see, you've spent a lot of time outside, and it is the grass seems bent perfectly the way it should be, and the only thing that throws you off is the fact that when the wind blows around the grass of these things, it's just a little repetitive.
Okay.
And then your brain begins to see through it. And you see the illusion and the fact that there is nothing there.
Okay. And I'm not allowed to touch it, correct?
For here, there's many things you could do. If you damaged it, there might be an issue, but you can go over there. This is for inspection. This is the inspection phase.
Oh.
The braggadocery is kind of whatever. This is putting their stuff on display to be judged.
So does my hand go through the illusion?
Well, do you go through and do it?
Well, I want to inspect it if this is...
Well, the main one you think is real.
Yes.
It's the other ones that you think are the issue.
Right. Those are the ones I want to go to.
Okay. You walk over and stride confidently. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
There is another inspo in chat.
I'll use it. Okay.
I think we're blessed too.
You are blessed.
Oh, we are? Was that a
Yeah,
D4?
Yeah.
All right. Without the D4, that's a 26. So let me roll D4. Whoops. Where did that go? Okay, so that is a 30.
Feel a presence trying to overwhelm your mind and change direction. You push through. Boom. Push your hand through the illusion.
So Esme, in this moment, obviously is going to make a show of this. And she says, "My goodness, how did you ever manage to hit these things when my hand goes right through them?"
At this, one of the soldiers here is actually hits their staff, and a dispel magic comes through. And they vanish, and his eyes go wide. I don't. And that is when the creature he's next to suddenly lurches.
Oh no.
And a jaw cracks through his rib cage up into his heart as it pops out his mouth. And it eats him and starts to take to the air. The ones beside him in the cloaks immediately draw blades and rush Esme's father as we end for tonight.
Oh shit!
What? It's really a pity. I had a serious cockroach problem that guy could have helped me solve. It turns out it was just an illusion.
No, I don't want to win a week.
All right. So deception received. A fooler betrayed and used by some type of puppet master. We will see what occurs. Will Esme's father be executed in one round in front of her? And will they go on to her mother? We shall see exactly what happens next week. And we will have Shada, and Alex will play his character, I think, going forward fully. See you all then. See all the no's in chat. No.
No.